nuclear energy. Mr. Speaker, I now turn to improving education outcomes. The government continues to invest in education to improve education outcomes and create a level playing field for all Kenyan children. Mr. Speaker, from this end, I have proposed a total allocation of 656.6 billion, or 27.6% of total expenditures to the education sector. This includes Kenya shillings 358.2 billion to the Teachers Service Commission, Kenya shillings 142.3 billion for basic education, Kenya shillings 128 billion for higher education and research, Kenya shillings 30.7 billion for technical vocational education training. Mr. Speaker, the allocation of the education sector includes Kenya shillings 9.1 billion free primary education, 61.9 billion shillings for free day secondary education, Kenya shillings 30.7 billion for junior secondary school capitation, and Kenya shillings 5 billion for the examinations fee waiver. In addition, Mr. Speaker, I have proposed an allocation of Kenya shillings 13.4 billion for the conversion of 46,000 junior secondary school interns to permanent and pensionable terms. Kenya shillings 1.3 billion for the training of teachers on competency-based curriculum, and Kenya shillings 360 million for the digital literacy program and ICT integration in our secondary schools. Mr. Speaker, to support infrastructure development and ensure safe learning in our schools, I have proposed an allocation of Kenya shillings 3.2 billion for primary and secondary schools infrastructure, Kenya shillings 1 billion for construction of classroom for junior secondary schools, and Kenya shillings 2.3 billion for the construction and equipping of technical training institutes and vocational training centers. Further, I have proposed Kenya shillings 11.1 billion for the Kenya Primary Education Equity in Learning Program, Kenya shilling 1.8 billion for construction of integrated resource centers, and Kenya shillings 1.5 billion for the Kenya Secondary Education Quality Improvement Project. Mr. Speaker, other proposed allocations to the education sector include Kenya shillings 1.1 billion for the research, science, and technology innovation. Mr. Speaker, the government is implementing the new funding model for public universities and TVET institutions through the provision of government scholarships and loans apportioned according to students' need. The new funding framework seeks to offer students whose households are at the bottom of the pyramid equal opportunity in accessing university education as well as technical training. Towards this end, Mr. Speaker, I have proposed an allocation of Kenya shillings 35.9 billion to the Higher Education Loans Boards for provision of loans to university and TVET students, Kenya shillings 16.9 billion for the scholarship for university students, and Kenya shillings 7.7 billion capitation and scholarship for TVET students. Let me move now to supporting manufacturing for job creation. Mr. Speaker, further to promote local industries, I have proposed an allocation of Kenya shillings 23.7 billion under various implementing ministries, departments, and agencies. Out of these, 4.5 billion will support establishment of county integrated agro-industrial parks, Kenya shillings 1